Hello everyone, it's Sharon from Sharonatsea Travel, and today we are in London and we are going to take a pre-cruise tour with Shore Excursions Group. We are going to head over to the underground and meet our tour. We are going on the total London tour today. So let's get started. We made it down to the underground and now we are going to go to the Victoria station to meet up with our tour. After a nice brisk walk over to the Victoria coach station, we made it to our destination where we're going to pick up our excursion, and we're going to meet here at gate 19 right behind me, and that's where we're going to pick up the bus that's going to kind of start our tour. They're going to start checking us in shortly, so we're just kind of waiting here.
All right, we found our tour, we found our bus, premium coaches. It looks comfy from here. All right, well, the tour started out great. We took a nice ride around town. Our tour guide, John, is doing an outstanding job showing us everything, telling us all the details. So far, it's been lovely. Great start to the tour, and now we're in front of St. Paul's Cathedral. Gorgeous. So we're going to try to make our way in here a little bit and check things out.
Rebuilt after the Great Fire. It took from 1675 to 1711. It's London's cathedral, but it embodies the spiritual life of the entire British nation.
There's a guy, John, doing a great job explaining everything to us. He's awesome.
A Protestant cathedral.
Although this is a replica statue, it's Queen Anne right here in front of St. Paul's Cathedral. Gorgeous stuff out here. And looks like we're going to get a chance to go in here and check it out. So that's very exciting.
Go back a bit. I mentioned the Civil War earlier in Whitehall. Charles I versus Parliament. 1642 to 49. It went down to 51, Battle of Worcester. But the king was captured before that, tried for treason against the people. Now, it's usually against the monarch, treason. But what he did, Charles, he brought a Scottish army into England to fight against the English Parliament. And that was seen by them as treason against the people.
Well, we've come downstairs here at the cathedral to an area, I guess they refer to it as the crypts. And they've got some tombs down here, some popular folks, well-known folks. Arthur, Duke of Wellington.
So this is the tomb of Arthur Wellesley, the Duke of Wellington. During the Napoleonic Wars, he was a famous general for the British, and he led them to victory over Napoleon, Emperor of the French. So a very key part of British history here. To see his tomb, it's very surreal, very cool experience to see this in person. He famously won the Battle of Waterloo over the French in 1815 in Belgium. And that was the nail in the coffin after Napoleon had returned from his exile. And led to the end of the Napoleonic Wars.
As we exit the cathedral here, Matthew has found a souvenir shop. He always loves picking up some little trinkets to remember all of our European travels.
Wow, this was really interesting. We just stopped at St. Paul's Cathedral. It was amazing. So much beauty and architecture. Now we are off to the next stop of our tour. We are going to go watch the changing of the guards at the Buckingham Palace. That was one of the things I think that we've been looking forward to most on our whole trip to London, was the changing of the guards. And our tour guide, John, has been amazing.
All right, now we just got off the bus for what should be one of the more exciting parts of the day. We're going down to Buckingham Palace for a glimpse of the changing of the guards. So we're following our guide, John, down here, and he's going to take us, promises an awesome, awesome view. So we shall see. Sharon, are you excited?
I'm excited.
Okay, we're following our guide, John, entering St. James Park. So we should be able to see the guards come down this way here in a little bit and then head towards the palace. All right, so we made it here, guys. We made it, changing of the guards. So we should see the guards come down this way, and then we're gonna walk with them down to the mall. And not like shopping mall, the mall of the palace. So very cool, very exciting. We are running through the whole crowd. It was wild and crazy.
Yeah,
We
and
made
it
it to a
is
good spot
packed. It is packed right here. This is a big deal here. It's, I mean, it's a big touristy thing. Everyone wants to see the change of the guards. So probably every tourist is here today.
That's right. Every tourist in London, boom, here right now. It is wild and crazy. Now you can just come out here and get one spot and watch the whole thing. Or you can run through and get a view of everything that we're trying to do. You can see the crowds over there. It's wild. It's packed. Yes, okay.
Literally a
Oopsie.
time.
There you go. How beautiful this is. That's super cool.
So the guards we just saw were the guards going off duty. Now these are the guards going on duty.
How cool is that? That's awesome. What do you think, Sharon? Is that cool? How cool is that?
Yeah, it was.
That is super cool. Well, now the challenge is to get out of here in one piece. We're heading back the way that we came. That was pretty darn awesome, seeing those guys come in, going to a couple different places to see it instead of just staying in one spot. One more look at these beautiful gardens here. All right, we made it out of the chaos, and now we're heading up the road back to the bus. And I think it's going to be lunchtime. Sharon, is that what you said earlier? It's going to be lunchtime?
Well, we're going to head over to the Tower of London, and we get to see the crown jewels, I guess, first.
Okay.
So I don't know if, I think we're going to actually maybe go in the Tower of London first and then have lunch. But I don't know. We may have lunch first.
Hold on, but what is for lunch?
Lunch is fish and chips.
This guy swears.
And, yeah.
John, let me respect him by putting his name in there. John swears these fish and chips are going to be hot fire, and
Yeah.
I am super excited. So,
Supposed to be some of the best here.
all right, let's get back to the bus. We're off the bus. I mean, we're off the bus for the day, basically. The rest of the trip is going to be getting a little lunch right now, then going to the Tower of London, then a boat ride back to the London Eye. So that's what we got coming up here. But now we're going to what's promised to be the best fish and chips in all of London, or something like that. We made it here to Great British Fish and Chips right across from the Tower of London. And we're going to see just how good this classic fish and chip is. I don't know. I'm not sure how much confidence I have. Matthew, what do you think? Are you confident it's going to be great food?
Yeah, it'll be solid.
Okay, we'll see what happens. 2 fish and chips. 2 orders. 2 order fish and chips, and then a cheeseburger with chips. Yes, just cheese on there, nothing else.
Plain cheeseburger.
Oh my God! Look at the size of that thing. That's amazing.
Oh my God.
And 1 Coke, 1 Diet Coke, 1 iced tea, please.
Lemon.
Lemon, please. Well, they got some good looking stuff here. Very nice. Okay, we got situated here. We've got some massive looking fish. Sharon, try that fish real quick. Let me know what you think of it. Is it
Okay.
the best fish in the land?
Let me
That's
just
what we
break a
need to
piece
know.
off here.
That's what we're trying to find out right now. Let me know, Sharon. Let me know what you think.
Okay.
Okay, we're trying the food. Matthew's nodding a little.
It's all right, brother. Yeah.
He's giving it an all right rating. Sharon's trying the fish. We're gonna find out what she thinks of it.
It's good.
I don't know. That was an underwhelming? It's
It's
good.
really, it is really good. The fish is really good. I like my crust a little crunchier.
It's a little light on the crunchiness.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's good.
That's fair.
It's good.
That's fair. I'm gonna give this a try and see what we think of it here. It's pretty darn good. I'm gonna say, John, you did a good job recommending the fish and chip place here. It says Britain's best, or best of British, or something. So how can you go wrong with that? All right. Well, the damage has been done, and I'd say I myself did a pretty good job on that fish and chip. Matthew's still chomping away at his burger. Sharon, let's see what do you got left? How'd you do? Wow.
I mangled it.
I am blown away by how well you did there.
I am stuffed. I am stuffed.
And over Sharon's shoulder, guys, if you can see that, that is the Tower of London. We're gonna tour this thing. It houses the crown jewels. There's a long line to get in, but this is what we're gonna go into next. So stick around. We're gonna digest this fish and chips and head into the tower. Well, here we are, the entrance to the Tower of London. The byword tower is what we're going to do first. First thing Matthew said earlier was, I think it's going to give us like that Dover Castle feeling where we were last year for our Europe cruise. Highly recommend don't wear your high heels on this tour because these cobblestones will ruin you, won't they, Sharon?
Yeah.
You don't have your high heels on today, do you?
I definitely don't.
Oh, you got your sneakers on there.
I do.
Wow, Sharon with no flip-flops. Is this really a pre-cruise excursion? All right, John telling us this is the White Tower. Tell us a little bit about how the tower is set up to avoid invasion with the sloped bottom and the higher windows for the first floor. Keeps the bad guys away. All right, so our guide got us into the queue, the line here to see the crown jewels. It's not short, it's not long, probably about a 25-30 minute wait to get in the front door. But it is a beautiful day out, sunny, but with a nice breeze. And if you look down behind us, the line's going back there. But our guide said that this line sometimes goes way down, back, down again, and it can be like up to 2 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't know if I have to wait 2 hours, but I'll definitely wait 25 minutes.
Come on, to see the crown jewels, Sharon. You've waited all your life, haven't you? What's another 2 hours now?
Hey, there's too much to see here in London.
I know it. I know it.
There's also a few folks walking around in medieval outfits and stuff, probably employees, just adding a little flavor to things.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. A little medieval garb. That's another beefeater. We've got a beefeater alert right here.
What?
A beefeater.
It's a beefeater.
That's a guy that's dressed like that. He's a beefeater. I don't know what it means, but but I know that they sell a lot of gin.
All right, so here at the Tower of London, here at the Jewel House. And so we have inside are the crown jewels and various other jewels. And as the name suggests, it's a crown with jewels, right? So it's used to as a crown to coronate the monarch who's being crowned as King or Queen of England. And so the original crown jewels were actually destroyed in 1649 on the orders of Parliament during the English Civil War when the monarchy was temporarily abolished.
He was a cleaning person.
And so now, the current set is, of course, the second set made up of some of the original crown jewels as well as some new additions to it of what they were able to recover from the original set of crown jewels. So now, ever since Charles II, they've been using this set to coronate every monarch. And so we are not allowed to record in here for security reasons, but we're going to take a look. It's going to be a good time. We're going to see the real deal.
Sharon, you want to come over here and let us know what you thought of the crown jewels?
They were cool. I mean, it was cool to look at, but I don't know. It was a little maybe underwhelming just because they were beautiful, but it was a little underwhelming because you couldn't really take any pictures to kind of remember, have for memory. So.
I know, it's so weird they have that rule there, and I was just saying they're very aggressive about it, but
yeah.
Whatever it is, what it is. But hey, the crown jewels, we can mark that off our bucket list, if you will. And
it was a cool experience, but yeah,
yes.
It was probably a little underwhelming.
The good thing was the entire exhibit was air conditioned, so
yeah.
That's 3 thumbs up from us, Arizonians. All right, cool. So next stop, we're going to go find our guide, John, and he's going to show us around a little bit more of the Tower of London, and then we got a boat ride. Everything is so cool around here, the old buildings, the architecture. And then a super high, I don't know what that is, a pointy tower up there with an airplane flying over it. That looked awesome. Oh my gosh, that's super cool. Matthew just pointed out there is a guy right in there who's actually on guard. You can see him in there. That's very cool. He's just keeping an eye on things.
I think that's one of our guy was talking about the Gurkhas. The Indian Gurkhas.
And that's one of them?
Yeah.
All right.
Nepalese.
Very cool. And here comes our guy, John. Boom. We're right on time. Right on time. We'll get it before we go. I love what our guide says. We're just going to go over here and talk a little bit about executions. I think it's a favorite topic of his. So our tour guide was just telling us about the sculpture here that is dedicated to all of the folks that were executed here in the towers. It's got the pillow on there because the pillow is what the heads landed on. And if you see on the top piece of glass, there's names and dates. And those are a lot of the names and dates of people that were executed. And then there's a poem on the bottom piece of glass. But execution, it was a big deal here at the Tower of London.
Now, Margaret Pole wasn't involved. Her son, the Cardinal Reginald Pole in Rome, he was. Henry's mother, Elizabeth of York, was Margaret Pole's cousin. So Margaret was Henry's second cousin. She was also a lady in waiting to Henry's first wife, his Catholic wife. Treasonous infidelity. That's what she was accused of, and other things. She didn't. She had enemies.
How cool is this? The guards changing in the shift right here. I don't know how they do it, but every place we go to, Matthew and Sharon seem to find a souvenir shop. This is called the Ravens shop, not to be confused with the Baltimore Ravens team shop if you're a football fan. This is the shop of the Ravens because, as you know, right here in the Tower of London, there has to be 6 ravens at all times. And the lore is that if there are less than 6 ravens and the ravens disappear from the Tower of London, the monarchy will fall.
Oh wow, here's an awesome look at the Tower Bridge. Not to be confused with the London Bridge, which isn't nearly as cool looking.
All right, so we've been seeing this building, and I'm not sure what it is. At first, we're thinking it's incomplete. Then we're thinking it's meant to be that way. But it was cool earlier seeing it over the top of one of the tower buildings, and you saw such a dichotomy, to use a term I would never ever say again, of the older tower buildings and some new contemporary construction. So that was very cool. Now here you see some of the boats that are going to be going up and down the river. I think we're going to get on something like one of these bad boys. And here you have the Thames, guys. This is the Thames River.
And like it's the Shard.
Oh, the building is a shard. Oh, that's definitely a shard, like a shard of glass. How silly of me. Good. If anybody hasn't figured out that I don't know anything about London, you're a winner. Look at my beautiful wife here. Just standing there, the wind blowing in her hair. Just stay right there, Sharon. Let me get the best video shot ever. Oh my. Beautiful. Now, we haven't showed much of it because we're so focused on the sights, but we've seen a lot of these little, I don't know, carts, cars, whatever you're going to call them, in different places. Right here by the by catching the boat, you got the Mexican street food, sweet and savory crepes, and the barbecue department, brisket and pulled pork. I bet it's worth a try, and I bet right now it would taste delicious. Okay, let me catch up to Sharon and our guide. Okay, here we go, heading down to the boat. And this is kind of cool. It's a kind of a private boat chartered by the tour company. So just the folks on the tour are going to be there. All right, well, there you go, guys. We are here. We're on the boat. It's kind of a unique setup because it's kind of inside. We have windows so we can see, but it's not really great video stuff. So you're going to have to trust us on how beautiful it is going down the Thames. But Sharon, how do you feel about getting on this boat and being sitting down for a few minutes?
Actually, I am just happy that we're sitting down. We have been walking all day long, and my feet are killing me. So it's kind of a nice break right now to sit on the boat and see some beautiful sights.
So there you go. So we're going down the Thames right now, and next stop will be the London Eye.
Well, we're just finishing up our tour here. We just finished a little boat ride down the Thames River. It was beautiful, kind of just relaxing. It's a great way to kind of end a tour in the day because it just kind of relaxes you. Kind of makes you notice how tired you are from a long tour. Our tour guide, John, was awesome. He was professional, on point, had us everywhere we needed to go. He had a little duster that he held up really high, red duster, to keep track of us all so we could find him and some of the crowds, like when we went to Buckingham Palace to watch the changing of the guards. It was quite busy over there. So the organization was fantastic and the tour was awesome. Our tour was with Shore Excursions Group. It's a great tour. It was a small group. We had the shuttle bus, probably only about half full during the tour, so it was quite comfortable. So I would highly recommend this tour if you're coming to London for a pre-cruise, or if you have a port day here as well, you can also do that tour. So I will put the link in the description box below for the excursion company, Shore Excursions Group, along with the tour that we took. Now, that's done. Let's head over to the British Museum. We're going to catch a tube here, go find out where the closest tube is, and head over there and finish our day out.
All right, so before we head out to the British Museum, which is where we're going to go next, I mean, look at this view here at the Thames River of Big Ben and Parliament. I mean, that is, I don't even know what to say. I mean, that is amazing.
That's a beautiful view right here, right on the water.
That is stunning. It's fabulous. Gorgeous area here, gorgeous area. And before we get out of here, here is a look at that London Eye. I mean, it is crazy. This looks like a fabulous thing to do. It's a huge merry-go-round. It goes all the way around. You might have seen something like this in Vegas. If you go to Vegas at times. Or, Ferris wheel. Merry-go-round, Ferris wheel. You know, it's merry when you go around. How's that sound? Looks like they put about 20 or so people in there, and the thing almost keeps going and going and going. So we're not doing it because we just don't have the time to do it, or else we'd love to. But give yourself plenty of time. There's probably an hour and a half long line, give or take a few minutes, and it takes about 30 to 40 minutes to get all the way around. So the London Eye, definitely something that you want to check out if you come here. But for right now, where are we going, Matthew?
Going to the British Museum.
British Museum, baby. Let's do this. Matthew's got us set up. He knows what line we're taking. We're going to the Waterloo station, and we're taking the Northern line to get just a few blocks away from the British Museum.
All you gotta do is look at Google Maps, go to the...
Tell me what you got there, Matthew.
It's not.
Okay, but I mean, that's the kind of thing you're looking for. So Matthew's got it hooked up. Google Maps, and that'll answer all your questions. It's gotten us all over London so far, so I'm loving it. Once again, Matthew gets us where we need to go. We got out of the underground, the tube at the which station? Tottenham Court Road. Tottenham Court Road. That's where we got off, and we walked about 6-7 minutes here per Google Maps, and we got to the entrance of the British Museum. We have tickets to get in at 6, so that's pretty cool. We're a little bit early for that, so we'll see if we can sneak in a little bit early or not. And we're going to go at it and have a little fun time. So Matthew's super excited. We're super excited about this stop here. One thing we definitely wanted to make sure we did while we're in London. So maybe we'll get some ice cream beforehand. I don't know, but we're heading into the British Museum. All right, well, we just came out of what was definitely the biggest bag check location that we've encountered so far. But, you know, when you're looking at all these historic monuments and places and things like that, they're being protective, and it's fully understandable. So they checked their bag. They were making sure, obviously, that we don't have anything bad, but also no food is what they were trying to keep away from. Our water bottle was okay, just no food. So now we're in, and we're a little bit early, I think, for a 6 o'clock start time, but that's no big deal. Perfect. I like it. I like it a lot. So we're here, and we're ready to see some British Museum stuff. Oh yeah. Well, before going into the museum, we needed to get a little more sustenance, a little energy. So these guys got themselves some muffins and some soda. I think that's a sugar overload or something like that, Sharon.
Well, we got in line to we were going to get some ice cream. And they were out of ice cream. I guess it's getting ready to close, so that anything frozen or cold.
Yeah, everything that was frozen, so the ice cream was being thawed, or was thawed. So I think I think there was like 2 or 3 people who had already ordered ice cream, and they were just trying to get the last little bits out of the machine.
And then I got they said they had homemade lemonade. I'm like, that sounds good, because I'm thirsty because we've been walking like crazy today. They were out of the lemonade too. So anyways, so we're like, we need something, so we got a muffin, we just got a Coke. Jamie got himself a hot dog. And
oh yeah,
fries.
because the little van I went to had everything I wanted. My beer, some French fries, and a hot dog. And yes, I came all the way to London for a New York style hot dog. Say what you will, call me names in the comments of the video, but I did it. That's what I did. The inside food court is closed already. They closed at 5. We got here just before 6, so that's why we came outside to have a little eat, and there we go. So
but this is within the property.
Oh yeah, this is in the property, so we're good. Our tickets, we walk right back in the front door there when we're ready, and everything will be fine. All right, now that we've had a little something to eat and drink, we are ready to walk around the British Museum, and right off the bat, this place is unbelievable. It's beautiful, clear ceiling, letting the sun in. It just looks awesome. One thing you want to make sure you do is get yourself a map and take a look at it when you get here, so you can eye out all the things you want to see. Matthew's giving it a once over right now. All right, so we got up here to level 3, and what we're finding is it's kind of like a pathway through different rooms, and each room has a time or an era attached to it, and then it's got topics attached to it and what it's all about. Here's some British history. Anglo-Saxon England from AD 450 to 650, and it shows some of the artifacts and history of that. So that's pretty cool stuff. And you can really just walk room by room checking things out. If you're into history, like one of us is, Mr. Matthew, a huge history buff, and he's really loving seeing this stuff. So it's super cool. Nice in here, climate controlled, organized, and we're gonna walk through and see some stuff. We'll show you a little bit along the way. I'm not sure if you'd call this jewelry, but it sure looks like ancient jewelry pieces. First of all, how cool is this? They've got Daryl Dixon from Walking Dead. It's his first crossbow. We got it here in the museum. It's a massive, I mean, that's a massive musket, isn't it?
Matchlock.
A matchlock? Oh my God, that is unbelievable. That's huge. Over here, they've got some information about Henry VIII. And he's the guy that had 6 wives, right, Matthew?
Well, different times. And then,
Didn't we see the play 6 on Norwegian Cruise Line?
Yeah.
That was an awesome show.
And then he's the one that executed some of those,
He
women
executed some of those wives. What a guy. What a guy.
that we talked about the Tower in London.
Here's some jewelry and goldsmith work. Cigars, cigarettes, cigars, cigarettes. Here's a little drawing of a development Sharon and I are looking at buying a little place in. I think lot 42 is where we're going to be. We're going to put a pool in the background. We're going to put a pool in the backyard. Maybe a swing set for the grandkids. Okay, I've been making a few jokes, but this is serious. This is a little bit of a writing that was sent. A cavalry officer sent that in to the commander, saying although wine was usually available, most soldiers preferred beer, and it said that his soldiers were low on beer. That's serious stuff right there. All right, this looks to be a skeleton from 2000 BC. Wow. All right, this is said to be 11,000 years old. This is allegedly the oldest sculpture found of a couple making love. It's entitled Lovers. Can you believe it? This is actually really cool. Ancient Mesopotamian. Ancient Mesopotamian music right here. At a first glance, it's like, is that a sailboat or what are they putting together there? And look how cool this is. It's an early guitar. Very cool. One thing I'm noticing, and it's really not fair, but there's a lot of mummies here, but there's no daddies. You get it? There's a lot of mummies and there's no daddies.
I get it.
Oh my God.
All right, so we just wrapped up here at the British Museum here. A lot of very cool and interesting stuff. Maybe not the best to do it after going and being out since 7 a.m. going across all of London. However, there's a lot of cool stuff here to see and look at. And you can do it by yourself. You can do a little tour, put a little headpiece in and listen to different information and facts like that. And there's a lot of gift shop and stuff like that too, food options here. So overall, a pretty good experience. I would definitely say though, do this on a day where you're not doing as much stuff like how we did today, where we went all across London, because it was kind of like by the time we got here we were pretty tired, and then it's just a lot of walking around, stairs, stuff like that. So overall though, very cool experience. And so tomorrow we're going to wake up and we're going to get to Southampton. So we'll see you in the next one.
Well, we thought we were done for the day. Matthew had the perfect ending spiel to wrap up this video, but no. Sharon has to go for the caramelized peanuts and almonds and all that kind of stuff. Look at that. Oh boy, this guy's got the good stuff there. He's making millions out here for crying out loud. And Sharon's in heaven. Now do we go to the Ben & Jerry's cart right over there too? I mean, come on. Thank you, buddy.
I got some.
Let me help you with that one. Oh my.